Hi, this is Simon Leung with Groove at any time, where we can be on at any time, on any day, with anyone. And guess who we're with today? I guess you don't have to guess because you can see them right there on the screen. The one, or maybe the two, and the onlys. We got Coach Deb right over here, and we got
Hello.
Alicia Little right
Hey.
over here somewhere. It's really weird just pointing at all these different directions and you're trying to look at the screen at the same time. But as you can see, yes, we have our very, very talented friends whom I presume requires no introduction because they are superstars. They have been around longer than me. They have been doing internet marketing, being entrepreneurs longer than me. And of course, as part of the Groove community, they have also been around for a very long time as well. So, of course, we still want to say hi to them. If you want to know a little bit about how we got to know them, Coach Deb, how did we meet?
Oh, gee, I think either Timmy or one of the internet marketing events. Was it Baltimore? Is this a
It
quiz?
should be
Because
Baltimore in 2006, I believe, in
yeah,
September.
right
And that was,
on.
yes, to me. And then we got the wonderful, amazing Alicia Little, as you can see right there. And then where did we meet? I mean, I can't even, I told the story kind of last time, but I think we met actually at different seminars. But we never really connected because you were like always the superstar world class speaker. You and your team, you were always there surrounded by so many people, and I could never get there in front of you to actually say hi. So I missed out on a few different occasions until one day in Napa Valley, I believe, right? Where we had a
Right.
little private networking event. Finally, we got to meet there as well. But thank you very much for the two of you for joining us. And I'm sure we will have a lot more people who are shy right now. They're there, they're watching us. But if you're here joining us live, make sure that you do say hi. Alicia as well as Coach Deb definitely want to hear from you. They want to say hi to you as well. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, definitely let them know because they are superstars. So Coach Deb and Alicia, what do we want to share with our fellow Groovesters here today?
So, a couple things I'm going to have Alicia talk about because she just did a webinar for us last Friday, and people have been inundating her with a bunch of questions. And it's interesting because you were talking about how, oh, I couldn't reach Alicia at one of these big events because she was like the main superstar. The other thing too is she is traveling all around the country, but she a little secret I'm going to reveal. She doesn't do a lot of the work. She has like all these people doing the work for her because she created an agency. And that's what she taught all of our Groovesters last Friday to do. So, Alicia, do you want to recap some of the things that you
Sure.
shared and share some of your secrets on why you're able to travel so much and do so much, but yet not do the work yourself? And there's Kathy Walls. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. Yes. So first of all, thank you so much, you guys, for having me here today. And you both are superstars. So I'm loving watching all of your lives. Simon, you see me watching your lives because I comment. I'm like, hi, Simon. And then he always calls my name. I don't know. I just like to be on Groove anytime because when you say hi to him, he always calls your name and you're like, oh my God, he just called my name. Do you feel like that sometimes, Deb, when he's on? You're like,
Yes. Well, and then it's the trap because now I can't leave because now he knows I'm here. I can't just like slip in and slip out. So it's
Yep.
brilliant on your part. So we're going
It
to shout
is.
out Crystal Davis is here and Kathy and Sarah Parker. And there's a couple people that say Facebook user, and I'm not on Facebook right now. So hi, Facebook users who are here. Maybe you should put it in your in the comment. Oh, Willie Crawford.
Oh, hi,
Good to
Willie.
see you.
Oh, we've known him for so long.
So long. So long.
So
Yeah.
to answer your question, Deb,
Yes. Go ahead.
so on Friday, so last Friday, I presented where I said, okay, so how can you have a digital agency and outsource 90% of the work? Because that's what I have, my sister has, a lot of our students have, and we love it. So if you love outsourcing, just give me a high five, like a 5 in the comments if you love outsourcing. because I love outsourcing. I call it LOPT, like leveraging other people's time. So it's about leveraging other people's time to get things done, but also having a business where you never have to say no to a client. So imagine this, you are on your Facebook page, somebody sends you an inbox message and they're like, oh, I see you have this software called Groove and you're in this digital space and I really need a logo design for my business. So what do you say to them? A lot of times you'll turn them down because you don't do logo design, or they'll want a flyer and you don't do flyer design. But guess what? With the model that we have, you never have to say no again, because there's always someone out there that can do the work for you. And in this model, what we do is we'll charge our client, let's say $200 to get the logo design. We'll pay someone $10 to design it, and then we keep $190 as profit. So in this model, you are working a lot less. So when I first started out with my digital agency, yes, Willie, high five, right? I know Willie outsources. When I first started off with my digital agency, I was doing all of the work, but my sister Lorette is like a pro at systems and outsourcing, and she really helped me over time in business to outsource so much more. And by outsourcing so much more, I can bring on more clients. I can continue to grow and to continue to build. Because imagine this, let's say that you do logo design and a client pays you to do a logo. You spend the whole day doing the logo, then you send it to them. And so in that model, you're actually spending your time to deliver the work, and you can only do one logo a day. This is just an example. But if you were outsourcing it and you had 5 logo designers that you sent it to, and they could all take on 5 logos a day, now you can get in 25 clients a day instead of just that one. So in this model, you can really build a digital agency while outsourcing all of the work. So if you missed the webinar, make sure that you watch it, because I talk about the different things that you need to have, really to have this model work for you. And the first thing was you need to really build your authority. So have an authority page. And I talked about building that page in Groove, of course. And that's how we built our agency page. So if you go to our agency page live on the internet, it is a Groove page. And then for everyone who picked up the package, we gave you the page. We created 3 templates. So we have our original, that's our original agency page, and 2 more templates. And you can have those so that your agency can be set up in an instant. And then we talked about the next thing you need is a portfolio. So as you're building your business, anytime you have an outsourcer do work for you, save that design, whatever it is, save it in your portfolio so that you can start to really build that portfolio, right? So you build your portfolio. And then the last thing we talked about was that anybody that you outsource to that you love, save them, like create a spreadsheet and save them in your spreadsheet. And when we did this, we call this our little black book. Little for our last name, Lyttle. Get it? Get it?
Got it.
Yeah, I love that, by the way. I'm
Okay,
a little sidekick here. Yes.
Like, at least somebody loved it. Anyway, so in our black book, we take all of our outsourcers that we've been outsourcing for the past 7 to 10 years with this model, and we put them together in this Excel spreadsheet. And so it's the best of the best that we use all of the time in this spreadsheet, which is now handed over to you. And so you can use that spreadsheet. It's like, I say spreadsheet, but it's like a spreadsheet with a whole bunch of tabs. So if you want website design, click on that, logo, click on that. And so those outsourcers are your go-to people. So if we're using someone for logo design, now we're saying this person is the best. We've tried 20 people. These 5 are the top 5. Those are the 5 that you go to when you need to get that done. So the model really accounts for you saying yes to anything that a business needs to get done for themselves. And then we talked about how right now, have you guys noticed this? Has anybody noticed this? But businesses are like they're popping up like crazy right now. And even entrepreneurs are working on their projects right now. So businesses are popping, entrepreneurs are working on their projects, and they need someone to help them get all this work done. So when they need to have something done, they're searching for someone to get it done. And usually, like, this is in 99% of the cases, because they don't have a one-stop shop digital agency like ours to go to. Usually they're going to be like, okay, I have my logo girl. I'm going to go to her for my logo. I have my website guy. I'm going to go to him to my website. I have my flyer girl. She's going to make my flyers. Oh, social media posts. That guy does my social media posts. So now you've got all these people that you go to get things done. But in this model, they come to you to get everything done because you are the one-stop shop. And that's what you're really going for. You really want to be the one-stop shop for people. And when you become that one-stop shop, you'll see that people are so excited to work with you. They're so excited to refer you to other people, because who wouldn't like a one-stop shop? Like, who wouldn't want to be the one-stop shop? And then for business owners, when they have one person to do all of their things, they start talking about that one person. And so, when, let's say anybody, let's say Craig, I'm just making up a name, but let's say Craig wants to get his logo designed, redesigned. He wants to get his website redesigned. He got to bring it into 2021. He needs a new flyer for his new promotion that's going on. And he wants, 30 posts for Instagram. So now it's going to take him a lot of time scrambling to find the people to get it done, or he just comes to you, and then you charge him and pay an outsourcer and deliver it to him. So what my sister Lorette does is she does something called the outsource hour, which I love. She spends 1 hour every morning. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer, but it sticks with you when you say your outsource hour. And she spends the first hour of her work day looking at what the outsourcers are doing, any work that came in that needs to be outsourced. And then she can get on with her day because her business is running. She's checked on the work that needs to be done, and she's outsourced any orders that came in while she was sleeping or the day before. So it's a really good business model. I encourage you to definitely watch the replay or go to that page, groovedigital.com/big profits. You can read a little bit more about it and jump in. Now, we were closing the offer on Tuesday because on Friday, which for most of you were in Thursday, the 15th of April right now, but on Friday, the 16th, we have our Jumpstart call. So we're encouraging everybody, hey, jump in real quick so you can be on that live call. It's going to be me, my sister Lorette, and our staff member, Raina. And we're going to be going over, how to jump in this business. It's a Jumpstart call. So how do you jump in? Where's everything inside the membership site? What are some strategies to get new clients fast? And how do you really take off with this business model? So we're excited about that. Every Monday, we also have our office hours. It's every Monday at 11:30 a.m. I think we did that for the international audience as well, but every Monday at 11:30 a.m., we have our office hours for the next 6 months to answer any questions, help you with anything that you need. So make sure that you come on our office hours. This is for all of our students, encouraging you to be there. And, there's some other things happening. One of the bonuses I love that we threw in at the last minute was we threw in a bonus that is a Groove Masterclass. And what we're going to teach people is how we used Groove Pages, Groove Cell, Groove Member to tie everything together for this funnel and for this offer, how we did the upsell, how we did the bump. So if you want to see behind the scenes, we're going to have that class as a separate class for $597. But we said, you know what, let's throw it in for these students because we know that they'll really benefit from it. So if you want to get that class for, I'm like, you get $200 off of that class, or $100 off of that class, actually, if you buy it, if you get it as a bonus to this. I don't know. It's even hard to understand, but basically we're just throwing it in. But
And that was actually, so that even wasn't originally when you made your offer at the webinar, that this is like, I feel like the little sisters just keep throwing stuff in. You got first it was one template, and now it's 3 templates of Groove. I love that you, by the way, that's one of the things I want to talk to you on a separate interview, Alicia. We'll come back here live with you about how you're using Groove. Like you're using everything, the Groove member, the landing page. And once again, you've outsourced this and you have a team and it's in your little black book. I think that was one of the biggest questions is, how do we do this on the Groove platform? And once again, you have a person for that. By the way, we have a special guest. I'd like to bring him on and say hi.
Okay.
Yeah. You ready?
Exciting. Let's see who it is.
Yeah, it's Joe.
Hey, I don't know if you can hear me. My ear thing's not working right.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
It's fine. What up, Joe? Been a while.
How you doing all? I heard Alicia and Deb is going to be on. I was like, oh my God, I got to get on there. We're rockstar women. Oh man.
And we
I
wouldn't
just
be
talked to
here.
Alicia earlier today, and I had one of my best phone calls in 2021. I had a lot of questions, and Alicia filled my head with so much information, and she gave me direction. And I am so appreciated by you, and you are a rock star. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well,
Agree. Every time I talk to Alicia, by the way, Joe, like always, and this is since 2001. So a little fun fact, she was actually one of my first coaches, if not the first coach. And when I met with her and her sister Lorette on this one call, and I think same thing, it was like a bonus call in the program that I joined with Jay Abraham. They're like, we're going to do this bonus call. And I still use the outsourcing tips. Hi, Eric Strickland. I still use those tips that she and Lorette taught me, and it has absolutely simplified my life. Some people know, some people don't. I lived on the island of Oahu. That's why I say aloha for 7.5 years. And I was at that point where I'm like, okay, the business is growing and that's great, but I was just overwhelmed. And to this day, she does the same things that she did 20 years ago, 19 years ago. She's like, why are you doing that yourself? You should outsource that. And I think part of, and I want to talk about this a little bit with you, is I think as a business owner, sometimes we think we can't outsource it because we do it best. And the moment you discover rock star outsourcing people and an agency like Alicia's and what she's put together, and she trains people, once you find like people can do it better than you, that's when you realize you shouldn't be doing it yourself. And sometimes better than you is literally done. Like how many of you have a stack of papers, a stack of like a to-do list or Post-it notes all over and you just can't get to it? Well, done is better than not done, right? So that's the other part that's great. So I can relate to what you just shared there, Joe, is like every time I talk to Alicia, she's like, even when we wrote the book, I was like, oh, well, I'll go do this. She's like, why? No. We'll have someone do that for you. And my life was like, burdens just lifted off of my shoulder. So thank you,
I felt like
Alicia.
I should have been paying for the coaching she was giving me. I was like, she's like, this is what you got to do. And she goes, this is your homework. I'm like, homework? She's like, telling me what to do step by step by step. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not even paying for this information. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe the information. It changed me totally today in my mind thought. It was just, wow. That's awesome. I was like, that was incredible, man. And if you get a chance to get on a phone with her or in a call with her, or even the coaching and meeting, oh my God, listen to Alicia. And I appreciate you so much. It really, really meant a lot that you took time out today to talk to me. And it was awesome. I appreciate you.
Of course. Well, I mean, with your experience, and I've known you for a very long time. I'm trying to remember how many years now. Is it 11 years or 12 years? Maybe 12 years?
Out there. I think we first talked in like 2009, I guess. Something like that. You saying like 2010, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. And so what I love about Joe is that he's such a resource and so knowledgeable in this industry. And, we're talking about he's done so much in this industry that if you have any questions about, affiliate marketing, joint ventures, and, joint ventures are what can really build and catapult your business. And I think so many people skip over the joint venture part, Joe, when it comes to building their business, that they're leaving so much money on the table because they're not thinking about affiliates and joint ventures. And for
Yeah,
so
they
many
don't.
years,
Yeah, they don't realize how much an affiliate means to them, or what
yeah,
a referral from an affiliate can do for them.
yeah,
It's just incredible how it could spread. And you might have the best product, everything going, but if you don't have traffic from affiliates, you're missing out.
you're
Definitely,
missing
definitely
out.
missing out.
People leave so much on the table when they don't pay attention to that. So that's what Joe's the expert at. I'm going to bring you on and interview you with all the students that are going through this course, because even in your agency, there's enough money for you to actually have other people bring clients to you as well. And so going out and finding other, businesses or people to partner with helps you to grow your agency as well. So much to think about on this end. But thank you so much for making sure that I was on Groove Digital. Like, I really appreciate that, because, I love teaching. And I love teaching this model. And I know that all three of you went to bat for me to make sure that, I could get a slot to present. So thank you.
Well,
Thanks,
you
guys.
saw.
Well, we appreciate you and giving back to the members and helping them. That's incredible.
Yeah, one of the biggest problems and questions we see all over social media, Alicia, is I don't have time for that. I don't know how to do it. And you not only have time because you have people and you teach people how to use the outsourcing techniques that you use, but you also, I feel like you give people time and you give them the know-how. What's Joe getting there? I feel like
I was just turning out that light. I was getting the shine on my head. I was like, we have the light in front of me instead of on top of me.
We call that the diva light, Joe, the one that comes behind you. So you had the diva light that you were. I love the G that's just popping over there.
Yeah,
and
it's
also,
really popping like that.
Alicia, so those earrings, are you giving those earrings to like a lucky
I will.
person?
I don't have them right next to me, but I bought a bag of them for our students. So for the ladies or the guys who want to give them to their ladies, I'll be posting them in our Facebook group soon.
I love your groove glasses.
Thank you.
I got mine too. Look.
There we go. Especially for the webinar, especially for Groove. So had to do it. But Deb, going back to what you were saying, like what I find that entrepreneurs struggle with the most is that the roadblocks that they have in their life is because they can't find someone to do it. Deb just said it. She was just saying, people stumble across this a lot. I've talked to people who said, for the past year, I've been trying to figure out, how I'm going to get my flyers designed for my business. I'm thinking to myself, what? I can help you get that done by tomorrow morning. When you wake up, you can have 4 different flyer designs in your email for less than the cup of coffee and croissant that you're buying right now. So it's just outsourcing opens up a whole new world for us. And I love to say LOPT, leverage other people's time. And when you leverage other people's time correctly, you grow your business. So you have to make sure that I always do the 80-20 rule with marketing. You need to spend 80% of your time like marketing and growing your business and 20% of your time working in it. For those that have this business model, you're spending 80% of your time networking, growing your business, enjoying life, and 20% of your time managing the outsourcers. So, this is where you're managing the outsourcers and maybe doing some other stuff in your business, but focus on building your business instead of working in your business, and you'll really see your business grow. Not only that, but you will have a happier life. So a lot of the work that I take on for clients, I would never do it myself, but there are people out there who love it and cannot wait to do it. A really good example is Deb and I, along with some others, do this room every Tuesday, and it's happening again this coming Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Clubhouse. It's called Legends
Fireside
Fireside
Series.
Chat. Yeah, the Legend
Yep,
series.
the
It's
Legend
called
series. Yeah, the fireside chat with Brian Tracy and Les Brown. Yeah.
All right. We'll have to post in this group next time we're doing it so you guys can jump on. And Les Brown and Brian Tracy will be on this coming Tuesday. And after the session is over, I give everybody the notes. So they inbox me on Instagram and then I give them the notes. And the notes are usually, I think the last one was 56 pages long.
Mhm.
And the notes are transcribed. So it's the session like transcribed and then edited and then graphically designed. So it's this beautiful masterpiece. And everybody writes me back and they're like, oh my God, you took such great notes. And I'm like, remember, I said a team member was doing it. I'm not taking credit. I didn't take the notes. I would never take the notes.
She's like, why would you take the notes when someone else can do it? That's what you're good at telling me. You're like, why should you do that? And this is a perfect example of having someone else do something and do it better. Like they add graphics, they add fancy page numbers to everything, like the script on the font and the titles, like, and it just captures attention. So I when we got that and we were giving it to everyone who joined in Clubhouse that hit us up on DM for free. And I'm like, we could easily charge 197 for that. Like 47 pages of brilliance from Brian Tracy, Les Brown. I think John Asseroff came on. I believe we got Grant Cardone the one day. I'm trying to think of we got a Olympic athlete. We got
Greg Louganis.
Yeah, Greg Louganis came on. There was another football player. So like so many different people came on and they were just sharing their brilliance. And then your team not only transcribed it, but they edited it. They made it look beautiful. And once again, all you and I had to do is get on the Clubhouse, moderate it, and then we were out. That was it. And then the team did the rest and then sent it to everyone. So you just up a level the ability to give people things beyond something that you have the time for. So, yeah.
And I think with this model, you can think of the things that you want to do, and you don't have to let who's going to do that get in the way of getting something done. Or I don't have enough time. Like Deb said, people always say, I don't have enough time. So what I do is I say, as we were on it, I was like, wow, this is a really great, this conversation was amazing. The conversation was amazing. Make sure you come on Tuesday. Yes. These are legends that are teaching us what they've learned in the past 40, 50 years. And so I had a lady named Diane come on. She was listening, and she's the one who actually edited everything. And so as she came on and she did this, I was like, this is great value we can offer to other people. It was an idea that came up in my head. Deb was like, yes, it's a good idea. And we ran with it. But if I had to do the work, there's no way that I would have even wanted to execute that. So now the things that you want to execute,
right, Alicia? Like you wouldn't have even suggested it because you knew you didn't have the bandwidth, right? So that's the other part. You hold yourself back from giving what you could give because you're like, no, I don't have time for that. So your brain literally stops with the idea flow because you can't make the time for it. And I think that's really important is once you free up mind space and time, you start getting more ideas. I mean, and again, I have a lot of ideas for that whole series. Like I think that could be a really good product, for people who didn't get it for free, we could sell that in the future. Right. So that is a huge distinction for me is when you have a team doing stuff like you've taught people and you teach people how to do an agency. Like people can actually set up an agency now. And what I liked what you shared on the webinar last Friday, you're like, now you can say you have a team. So for any solopreneur out there who feels like they're, I call it the Dr. Seuss hat, where you're wearing the Dr. Seuss hat, like the accountant, the bookkeeper, the transcriptionist, the edit, right? You're doing so many things. It's like all the layers of the Dr. Seuss hat. So, in your case, you teach people like, no, you just do what you do best and then outsource the rest. And you share the little book, the little black book that you've got, and they get that when they join your program. So I love that you shared that. That in of itself is worth the admission.
Oh gosh. I've had so many people ask, I want to make sure that that's in the package. I really want that. I'm like, yes, that's in the package. Yeah. Yes, that's included. And it's actually updated every week. So every week, someone else goes through it to make sure all the links are updated, contacts all the outsourcers, make sure that everything's good with the little black book. And then they have access to edit it if anything's wrong. And then they send us a note. So we don't even have to keep it updated ourselves. We put it together and then we hire a VA to actually put everything together for us. So
there's a question here,
yeah.
and let me just throw this out. It's a very basic 4 words, whom to outsource to.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is like, well, who do you outsource it to? And before you answer it, I was literally just thinking something, and then this question came up, is that if anyone's ever had the issue where you go to Fiverr or you go to this place, or there's like all these online jobs, blah, 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 and you find people that are overseas or in Mexico or wherever, right? And you've had issues, right? The quality wasn't good. They promise something and then you get something back. You're like, what? Because no one's trained them. You haven't taken the time to train them, right? And it winds up costing you more money.
Absolutely.
Or you hire someone else to do it. And then you had all this time that was wasted. So tell us a little bit about the people that you have, because when we did that book, like you put all these people in charge because you had them trained because they go through a school system. So talk a little bit about the training that they get. And then I guess that's answering the whom to outsource to.
Sure. So one of the things that we do, and we've been doing for the past decade, me and my sister Lorette, is this is where we started off with before we started our agency, is we started training people in Jamaica, throughout the Caribbean, Nigeria, and South Africa, how to be freelancers. So we have a class that teaches how to be a virtual assistant, how to do transcription, which is a really popular class, how to make phone calls for clients. We have all these classes that we teach, and a student will go through our class, and then at the end, they go on Fiverr and they get work. So now we build our agency, and as we're getting work in, we're outsourcing it to those same students. We're like, brilliant, right? So we're helping these people. Most of our students don't have jobs. A lot of them come into our program on scholarships, and there's funding that we get to teach them. And so they're in developing countries, which Jamaica, for example, a large part of the people in the outsourcing book are from Jamaica. A lot of them have gone to college. They have professional work experience, but yet the minimum wage in Jamaica is $62 a week, $62 a week. And cost of living in Jamaica is high. At least for me, when I was there, it was high. I'm like, dinner is, hi Annie, dinner for me is more expensive than the $62 a week in Jamaica. So, not saying anybody wants minimum wage, but I'm just saying, so when you outsource to a developing country, the US dollar goes a lot faster. I love having US dollars in Jamaica. It goes a lot farther, I should say. I love having US dollars in Jamaica. So as we're teaching people to be freelancers, we say, it's great to earn in a currency that is stronger than the currency that you spend in. So they're earning in US dollars and spending in Jamaican dollars, which also makes their standard of living better, and the dollars go further for them. So it just becomes this whole win-win situation. Now, not all of the outsourcers in the Black Book have we trained. Definitely not all of them. We have some in the Philippines, other countries as well, that in the past years we've worked with, and we find that they're amazing. So it's not all students that we've trained, but that is something that we're really proud of and we talk about a lot. And what I'm trying to do now is, for all of our students that jump in, I really want to bring some of these outsourcers. Like, I've got some amazing transcribers, Leighton Price. I've got an amazing editor, the lady I was talking about, Diana Gunday. I've got I've got all these amazing people who I would love to bring on. I'm going to do that for our students, maybe one of the office hours, so you can meet the people that we actually outsource to, and that do a fabulous job. So you'll see that it just becomes a win-win. So now I've got a company in the US who wants to get their podcast transcribed. And they're going to pay $1,000 for these 3 podcasts. I can go to Jamaica and pay $100 for the 3, 10% or, whatever, $100 to get the 3 podcasts edited. And I can pocket $900 profit. I mean, there's such a high profit margin in there when you do it right. So it's exciting. I love it. If you guys haven't watched the webinar yet, make sure that you do. Make sure that you jump in. Our Jumpstart call is on Friday. Office hours is on Monday. And it's every Monday at 11:30 for the next 6 months. Isn't that crazy? But we sat down with our team and we're like, how can we make sure that we create an environment where people get to ask questions, where they get to be supported, where they get to feel like there's really a community of other people that are, you know, rooting for them. So we have 3 Jumpstart calls, all different topics, but then the consistency is our every Monday at 11:30, and they're recorded. So you can come on, ask a question like, hey, I've got this client wants to design a website. What do I do? You can come on and ask questions, or you can just come on and listen. So you register for that once you're on the inside, and that's fun. Go ahead.
And Alicia, so here's another question we keep seeing come up as well, both on Friday when you were doing the webinar and just in general in social media, is helping people use the Groove platform. Because a lot of people want a website or they want a landing page. Do you have people that they can outsource to and either offer that as a service? So in other words, they can be that person that outsources and then using an outsource to do that.
Yeah.
An outsource agent.
So we actually have some Groovesters who are included in the Black Book. Thank you, Joanne, for putting that together for us. And I think Joanne is in there as well as somebody who will install your share funnel. So one of the questions people have is like, okay, I have the share funnel. I don't even want to install it. Who can I hire to do that? Right. So Joanne's doing that. We'll talk about that tomorrow on our call. But yeah, even for Groove stuff that you want to get done, graphics, banners, whatever you want to get done, you can outsource it. And there's actually a section in the little Black Book for that. And I know that we're adding some people as Joanne was vetting some more people. We're adding some more people in the Black Book that do just strictly Groove stuff. So that's pretty exciting too. Good question, Deb.
And then I'm going to add Joe because I have a question for him. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see if Joe turns his face on because he was like, did a pop in, but I know it's late for you over there. So Joe, question for you, because she offered like all these bonuses, ridiculous offer, but all week she's been getting people inundating her team with questions. And a lot of people signed up last week, but you were saying we could extend it one more day because tomorrow it starts, right, Alicia?
Yes.
And Joe, you were saying we can extend it like another day. So if they go to groovedigital.com/big profits, that's the extended day where they can get in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's going across on the banner too, if they could see that. But yeah, it was just high demand and people saying, I didn't get a chance to get in. I was away for the weekend, this and that. And she delivers so much information and to get people started in this. And you know, I was talking to you about this earlier this year, how I like to, you know, help people be successful. And that was the biggest thing that happened to me last year when I helped so many people get to the next level. Alicia will do that for you. And that's why I was like, yes, let's extend it. Let's, you know, bring it out to everybody. Let them get an opportunity to, you know, shine and be successful during this time with the COVID and everything like that. And Alicia's got one of the best programs out there right now. It's awesome that we were able to have her on and she can share her knowledge.
Thank you, Joe. You're awesome.
No, it's for you. It's, you know, I'm not trying to fluff it up or anything. I just appreciate you so much. And, you know, like you said, like years ago, you were sleeping on your sister's couch and you didn't know where to go and what to do. And you had to take action. And now you're going to help all the people take action to get off their couch or wherever they might be. I was there once too, where I was totally broke. A sheriff knocking on my door almost 6 years ago saying, hey, you know, you didn't pay your rent. You got to get out. And I was doing Uber at night. So I get it. And I had to take action. You had to get out of your comfort zone or whatever it is and take action. And you helping people to succeed. It's one of the best things out there. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Joe.
And speaking of, you know, helping people and lots of questions coming in, regardless of what type of value that you are sharing with the world, we get a lot of also very similar questions as what Sarah is asking. I'm a newbie. Where do I start? How do I begin? And here's the thing, you know, before you can answer that question, which direction should you go? First, you should hear about the directions that you shouldn't go. Because when it comes to many of the information out there, I've been in the internet marketing industry ever since 1997. I've seen many people come and go. And I will tell you, amongst some of the top leaders right here in Groove, these are the people who have been there ever since the beginning. These people were around before before I became full-time in entrepreneurship. I learned from them. And so there's so many things that, yes, for Alicia's session, it was at 2 a.m. my time. But I made the time to make sure that I stayed up for it, to stay until I think it was 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and I watched the whole thing. And the entire time, I was thinking to myself, I wish that I had access to this system so long ago, because agency as a business model, it's something that is proven. Agency as a business model is also something that I had been doing. In fact, for years and years and years, I had an agency where my team were based in China, and we had over 100 employees. So you can imagine, not just in terms of expenses, in terms of time, in terms of training for a traditional business such as that. And of course, I was living in different parts of the world. At one point, I was living in the US, and then I was living in Hong Kong, in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. And every few months, I would have to travel back, fly all the way back to China to manage the business, to manage the system. And if there's so many things that I wish I had known, it's definitely Alicia's system. So it's not just a matter of where do I start? What should I do? I think that if you are a newbie starting out, as you mentioned that you are, okay, this is definitely something that you should go after. Do not take the path that I did. Do not build a traditional business, a traditional agency, something that cannot stand the test of time. Because I will tell you, in the last year, when the entire world completely turned upside down, there were many businesses that I had that no longer could run. The agency was one of them. The events businesses was one of them. But when you put all the ducks in a row, and when you place all these different elements that Alicia teaches in her system, that she helps you what to do, how to do them, provides you with the resources the way that she does, this can save and shave off so many years of your life. And this is the system that will stand the test of time. This is a system that, regardless of what happens in the outside world, there is so little risk on your part. There's so little work that you need to do, and so much more free time that you have. The 80-20 rule that she was just mentioning, right? This is, in fact, one of the best systems that I have ever seen, not just for somebody who is starting out, but even for seasoned entrepreneurs, people who have 10, 20 plus years of experience as an entrepreneur, businessman, businesswoman. This is still right for them. So absolutely, I appreciate the fact that, of course, Alicia not only decided to share this with us in the first place, but of course to also Mr. Joe and Coach Deb and Alicia for coming back once again to let us know, for any one of us who somehow missed out on that opportunity. If you somehow were on the exact same time zone as me, 2 a.m., but maybe you have work during the day, maybe you were already asleep, maybe somehow you missed the memo, right? And now we're on at the middle of the day in Southeast Asia time, Pacific time, and even in the evening in the US and all around the world. I think that this is something that, if you believe everything happens for a reason, this is it, right? This is your second chance. This is your second opportunity. And so, all in thanks with not only Alicia, but everyone in the background sharing the opportunity with us and giving us additional chances to hear about this opportunity, whereas previously we wouldn't have known about it. Take advantage of it. And so, with all of our friends who are in the back, if we can, share one last time, perhaps how we can get access to this information, how can we learn more about what Alicia is offering. And thank you again, Joe, for providing fellow Groovesters this opportunity. If they had missed it, how can we best grab that last chance right here, right now? Because as Alicia mentioned, it's starting tomorrow. Okay, it's not marketing, it's not any tactics, right? Once it starts, we cannot have any more additional people enroll. So now is absolutely the final chance. And so, Alicia, how can we take advantage of that last chance to join you inside of your coveted community?
Thank you, Simon. So everybody go to groovedigital.com/big profits, groovedigital.com/big profits. You can watch the replay of the webinar there, or just go down to the page, skim over the page, click the button you want in, and get in. So make sure that you're there. We are going to be starting at, I think it's 11 a.m. You'll get an email to register for the Jumpstart training. Get on that training. If you can't make it, it is recorded, but I'd love for you to be there live. So it's really exciting. And let me just say that Simon talked about his businesses that had to, sleep because of COVID. He had one of the best event businesses in Asia. So people wanted to speak at his events all the time. Just throwing that out there. Remember that. So Shashil says, after taking the course, what would be the additional investment to budget for? So the way that this is modeled, someone pays you for a service and then you pay the outsourcer. So you get paid before you outsource it. So you're not spending money outsourcing before you get paid. We'll always say, make sure you get paid and then outsource it. Use that money to outsource it. And we've got a million examples of how this works. And then let me see if there's anything else. Annie, thank you so much for your comment. I really appreciate that. You're so sweet.
I'm going to read her comment because I love this. And I also love Trishille's master's question. After taking the course, what do I need to budget for? I'm like, you need to just have a bank account to put the money in, because then it's literally, you teach them how to make money. Yes. So you save time, you make money. That's literally what you're teaching them to do. It's literally a business in a box. And Annie says she loves the Little Sisters. I agree. She loves the Little Sisters' passion to share their sister and because you're sharing your sister and offer this super value training. So pumped. I'm assuming you're in, Annie. So congratulations, Annie. And yeah, Simon's right. Like, this is the last chance. Thank you, Joe, for doing this. There were so many questions that came in. And I feel like, we need to do some of these more evening time Pacific for reaching all of the people in the Asia Pacific time zone, because they're getting left out, Simon. We don't want to have them left behind. So I'm gonna commit to doing more of these evenings with you, Simon. And maybe we can, strong arm, is that the word? Alicia, convince her, persuade her to come.
Not very hard, is it, Deb?
Yeah. So
Deb,
could you
Skype message? You ready?
Yeah. I love that Joe was like, yeah, I'll pop on. Like, we're all just like, yeah, we'll pop on. Let's just put some powder on our faces. I know Joe is like powdering up his nose and combing his hair. It's like, all right,
his head was shiny. So yeah.
But Alicia, can we ask you in the future, can you come and share some of your tips with our groovers here on a regular basis with Groove Anytime?
I would love to. If you guys would love that, I would love to. I love to talk, so that is not a problem. Yay. I would love to do that.
You heard it here first, right, Simon? We got anytime you want something done, just ask them publicly, and they'll,
Yeah. That's twisting the arm.
Twisting the arm. Is that the word? Yeah. Thank you, Alicia. Yeah. All right. So make sure you go to, the replay, we're leaving this up for at least 24 hours. groovedigital.com/big profits, because the profits is the only thing that you will have to worry about afterwards once you invest in her program.
Just watching the replay, there'll be plenty of aha moments.
Yeah,
even if you don't get involved, it's worth the watch. She gives out a lot of secrets, a lot of aha moments, and it'll make you rethink a lot of things. So definitely catch that replay.
Thank you.
And on the replay, by the way, because I was about to share this now, but now I'll let you go over there. I actually shared what Alicia did for me when I first started, and I hired her 20 years ago, and I shared figures that I made, and I never do that for anyone because I just don't. I don't share figures, but she specifically is not even indirectly, but directly helped me make not only my business grow, but multiple businesses beyond that because of what she shared. And she gave me a life. I was able to enjoy Hawaii while I was there for 7 years. So thank you, Alicia. You'll hear that right in the beginning of the replay. So go there. Alicia, what was that?
Oh, I just wanted to say just like a special shout out to Groove and all of the people at Groove. I see Donna's on here. Like, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to teach and share my passion. The thing about this type of digital agency is there's no, people always ask, like, if a lot of people get in, is it going to saturate the market? Like, there's no saturation. Ask me this question, like, how many one-stop shops are out there doing this for businesses and entrepreneurs? It's like, it's me and you, right? There's not a lot of them. And if you ask businesses, who's your one-stop shop for everything? They'll be like, what? No, I have my logo girl, my web guy, all my flyer guy, all these different people. So there's so many wins in this. It helps the freelancer who you hire to get the work done, who's usually in a developing country. It helps you to fatten your bank account. And then it helps the business owner, whether it's a small business, a large business, or an entrepreneur. It helps them as well. I'm reading a book called The Key Person of Influence by Kevin Harrington and Daniel Presley. And there's a section in that book. I was reading it and I recorded this video and I put it in the group for the Insta Digital Agency students. But it says today, like now, employers with the strict labor laws and how labor laws are getting stricter, employers don't want to hire a full-time employee unless they really have to, right? So they go to hiring agencies and contractors, and this is where we're going. This is where the world is going. So we are in the right place for really being able to take advantage of this. I'll say so many companies hire my agency because they don't want to have the burden and the overhead of hiring an employee. They just want a one-stop shop to get it done. One of my clients, like I have maybe 12, I'm just trying to think of how many, 12 or 13 people that do all of the work for this one company because they don't want to hire the 12 or 13 people to work in their office. So they hire an agency. Like there's so many opportunities for you to take advantage of the times that we're in right now and where we're going in the future, that set up your agency with a model to outsource. Yes, some of my students set up their agency. They don't outsource much because they want to keep more of the money. But when I tell you that you're going to pay 10% of what you get into an outsourcer, it gives you a better life. And there's one thing that you can't get back, and it's your time, right? No matter how hard you try, the time that is gone is gone. And there's this book by a lady named Bronnie Ware. It's called, hang on, I'm going to get it real quick.
This is when we fill in, Joe. This is when we fill in.
Got off for a minute. This is the Clubhouse book, Deb.
Yeah.
But underneath that is this book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And it's by this lady named Bronnie Ware. Get it? It's a really good book to read. But in this book, she talks about how it was her job to talk to people at the end of their life, and people were talking about their regrets. Can you imagine having a job to talk to people at their end of the life to listen to their regrets, right? So that's what she did. And then she compiled what she learned into a book. And she said that at the end of their life, so many of these people said that they wish they had the courage to live a life of their dreams. They wish they hadn't spent so much of their life working, right? They wish they had, followed their dreams more. And a lot of them were talking about, wish you had started that business that you wanted. And I just want to make sure that at the end of my life, I don't have regrets. I don't say, oh, I just worked all my life 24/7, but that, I helped businesses, I helped freelancers and people, and I spent my days doing what I want because I'm a freelancer. Like I spent the weekend, Deb knows this, I spent the weekend in a cabin on the lake. I was having a great time. I came back on Tuesday. It was great. On Monday and Tuesday, you know, I open up my laptop, I'm on my phone, I'm doing my work, but there's no boss that's going to say, Alicia, where are you? It's 8:00 and you're not at your desk. Like for the past 21 years, I haven't worked for anyone but myself. And I just, you know, keep building my business, and I teach people how to do the same, have this time and freedom lifestyle while making the world a better place and offering value to the marketplace. So
I love it. And Annie's asking, what is the name of that book again?
oh, this book here is called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. You know, when you look at the title, you're like, should I read that? But it's actually a really good book. So hi, Tyra. Tyra says she has her spot. Yay. Hi, Tyra. Glad that you have your spot. Hi, David. Look at David Kavanaugh.
It's Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh.
Hi, David. We're finally in your time zone now, David.
I know, right? But I was just saying, Deb, you know, thanks to everybody at Groove for providing this opportunity. I'm really excited to share it with everyone. And, you know, we're ready for tomorrow. So tomorrow we've got our jumpstart call. Monday is office hours, and we're going to get you rocking and rolling and get you building your business. So get ready. Bring the coffee tomorrow. And you actually don't need it, because after the jumpstart call, you won't be able to sleep anyway.
Oh.
So
I feel like I want to go on the jumpstart call just because I want to be there with Alicia. So go, if you're watching this right now, this is your last chance to get in. Go to groovedigital.com/big profits, because that's what you're going to get when you enroll in her program. I love that question earlier when someone's like, well, what expenses after I invest in the program? No, it's called take the money. Take the money and then apply what she teaches you. Get the money, because you teach them how to get clients too, right? Like that's part of, so that's awesome. I love what you're doing,
tomorrow?
Alicia.
I'm all in.
You join in, Joe? You gonna join us?
I'm all in. What time's the call tomorrow?
11 o'clock. Don't worry, you'll get your reminder, Joe.
Good,
11 Eastern?
11
right?
Eastern, yeah, 11 Eastern.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Yes. Uprising, groovedigital.com/big profits. That's correct. Yes. You see it in the scroll below. And again, thank you, Alicia, for creating the program. There's Alicia. And coming really late. I know it's almost 11 midnight. Gee, you don't even know. That's good. That's so much energy.
I'm looking at the clock.
Joe for also popping on. Simon had to bounce as well, but thank you, Simon, in the future when you watch the replay. So we'll see y'all next time. Thank you, Alicia.
Bye.
Go ahead and sign up and join in the morning.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, everybody. Bye.